All right, well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Mike McKay here from Heroes Movement. I really want to hear a little bit about your foundation and what you're up to and why you're here at the Charles, as well as some of these other regattas that are national here, because you're bringing a lot of your athletes out to do some really amazing things. So I'd love to hear a little bit about who you are and what Heroes Movement is.
Cool. Well, Mike McKay, U.S. Navy veteran, and a founder of Heroes Movement. We got started back in 2015 with, there's really long wait times at the VA. So the VA has up to 30 days to get you in for an appointment and 30 days to get you into physical therapy. It's this really long wait period. And I've been a strength coach for going on my 20th year now. And the programs that I follow are great for post-physical therapy. So just started training vets for free, and then a couple months into it, one of my friends, now board members, was like, "Hey man, you should start a nonprofit." I go, "That sounds non-profitable," and it is. But lo and behold, 9 years later, we're helping out a lot of veterans. So for those not familiar with Heroes Movement, what we do is we partner up with gyms across the country. So either a family member, mostly family members, not really veterans, reach out to us and say, "Hey, Joe did a tour in Iraq or Afghanistan, and he's just not the same person he was. He doesn't, he's just not it. He used to work out. If we get him working out again, he might be closer to, might get closer to this new normal." So we find a gym in their area that follows the post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury training guidelines, plus has a movement-first philosophy. If they check all of our boxes, we will sponsor that veteran to train there indefinitely, up to 12 sessions a month. So we've been doing that for 9 years. We've got close to 50 partnerships across the country, and we're serving just over 350 veterans monthly. So that's all the fundraising goes directly to that. So our mission statement is Heroes Movement strengthens veterans through physical fitness and athletics. So the athletics part of it is, and that's where we're familiar with, is this is where you see us at regattas. We sponsor veterans that are working out in our gyms and kind of dangle a carrot in front of them to keep them going and sponsor them in their sports. So we'll put a campaign page together for them. So we've done sports, hockey, football, softball, jiu-jitsu. But like I said, we're here at the head of the Charles because we're helping out some of the veterans here racing. So so that's how we got here. That's that.
That's amazing. And so why do you think it makes such a big difference getting involved in fitness and movement and teamwork again, rather than just going through normal means of perhaps going through talk therapy or some other kind of therapy? Like, are you seeing a vast difference in improvement and well-being in these veterans as opposed to what we would call maybe typical recovery processes?
So it's great question. I love that you asked that. So the VA has so many different programs for mental health care, and a lot of guys are just like, "I ain't doing that." And so, that's a healthy body promotes a healthy mind. So we've seen that over and over and over again. You take care of someone physically, get them moving well, get their mobility back. They move more. They move in less pain, and that's the secret sauce to it. I was throwing those numbers around to you, over 350 veterans this year. We sponsored over 100,000 sessions, but the number we're most proud of in the program is 0 suicides in the 9 years. No veteran in our program has taken their life. So that's huge. The number's down from guesstimate of 22 a day down to 17 and a half in the latest data. But, we, like I said, a healthy body promotes a healthy mind. So we're very, very confident that, the workouts and the community-based stuff, with working out groups is the secret sauce.
That's amazing. And so along with the fitness, would you also say that the teamwork in the community has something to do with that as well? So it's not just getting out there and working out, lifting weights, picking things up and putting them down again, but also joining a team again so they have a tight-knit community. Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. So, there are a couple nonprofits out there that are doing a lot of great things, and they will sponsor gym memberships. So you get a guy at home by himself, not doing anything, then he goes to the gym, puts his headphones on, and just does what he wants to do in the gym. We only sponsor veterans to work out in small groups. So it's got to be small group coach training. So you're in there with either other veterans or just other community members. And it's half and half. It's half moving better and it's half being around people, because all these gyms we're partnered with, when we're vetting them, we talk to them like, how do they talk about their general membership? And it's always a family. So that's one of the things we look for is someone says, yeah, we're like family here. So we really look for the gyms that have that family sense in it. So that's that's huge, the community side of it. Just getting everyone interacting again. And then if they want to do the athletics program, we're not just going to throw more money at them. We ask them that they go out and volunteer also, so they have volunteer with a veteran organization or a youth organization or preferred, but whatever it is. So they're getting back out in the community because you're not living until you're given. So when you're giving back, that's when people feel their best, when they have a little bit of purpose.
Yeah, that's true. They do say, like, if you feel like you need help yourself, help someone else, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and you must hear the most amazing stories too. You see these veterans go through, and do they tend to stay for years, or do they go through a certain amount of time through your program, or how long do they stick around?
We have got some just steady Eddie troopers. So we have a t-shirt ranking system. As soon as you do 8 sessions, you get a red shirt. You get a gray shirt. It's like a dry fit with a red logo. And then 100, 250, 500, 750, and 1,000 are different colors to signify how many sessions you've been in. And we've handed out multiple 1,000 session shirts, and it's pink too. We just try to make it more obnoxious and to have these, we got guys and girls, but the people we've handed out to so far have all been guys. So we put the pink on them. It's kind of funny, but it's like a badge of honor to say they've been around that long. And like the stories I've heard, just the things I've heard, of guys, not thinking of taking a life anymore is more powerful. And I can think of every single time a guy said that to me, and that's what keeps you pushing to keep on fundraising and just keep going.
Yeah, it doesn't really get any better than that.
No,
it really doesn't. And that's really amazing. And so why rowing? How did you get involved in rowing? And then do you have anybody here today?
Yeah, so I started rowing in 7th grade. Either strength and conditioning or rowing has kept me out of the grave. I just when I'm training, I'm great. So it keeps me focused. Everything's better when I'm rowing and when I'm working out hard. So that's been a staple for me throughout my whole life, and along with other sports, but mostly rowing. I always end up coming back to rowing, and and then today we're helping out a couple veterans racing in the over 78 tomorrow. So Dave,
amazing.
Frick and Gill, those maniacs from Row Fest, they just they crush it. They crush it in the community fundraising with us, and they crush it at these regattas too, and they're great to be around. So that's what we got going on this weekend.
Okay, and so are you recruiting from multiple different sports? Like, do you bring people from other sports into rowing as well? Can anybody join? Do you teach them how to row? How do you get guys involved in rowing that have never rowed before? Well,
I'll give Freedom Rows a shout out for what they've tried to do for veterans in the sport of rowing. And they have a really hard time bringing new people in. I've introduced a few people, but it's tough. So, but most of the guys that we race with are like competitive guys, like Phil. So we grab someone fast and we jump all over it because you want fast people around. But we would if someone's working out in the gym, let Phil works out diligently at the gym in DC. So if there are any other veterans that came through or working out, we'd be more than happy to take them. But getting people that haven't rowed before, that's tough. So we'll leave that to Freedom Rows.
Very good. Well, if somebody were to want to get involved, whether they were a rower or another athlete in another sport, can they still get involved? And if so, how? Absolutely. Easiest way, just go through the website, contact button. It's my email, mike@heroesmovementusa.org. But if you can't remember all that, just hit the contact button at the bottom, and I'm the one that responds to that. So anyone that's looking to help us out in any way, shape, or form, that's the way you get in touch with us. Yeah, definitely get involved. And so, I'm sorry, what was your website again? And then is there anywhere else that we can find you? heroesmovementusa.org, and all the handles, X, Instagram, face page, all those, Heroes Movement. Yeah. Well, you heard it here first. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out here. Is there anything else that we missed that you want to cover, or Nope. Any stories? This sounds really amazing. I really hope people come get involved, because I think you're doing some really amazing work, and have just, like you said, heard stories of guys that said they won't take their life anymore. And what is more powerful than that? It's not much. So I really, really hope that we can get some people involved. Yeah. Out here at the Charles Weekend, we have over 11,000 athletes out here. So I'm really hoping, as you can see behind us. So thank you again so much for coming out to talk about this. And I really hope we can get you some new members. Awesome. Thanks, Whit. Appreciate you. Of course. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right.